heart of everything when it comes to communicating and bringing about change in the world. My Africa is ancestral, innovative and progressive. My name is Sohna Jobateh, the Gambia's first professional female kora player.
Sohna's journey to the world stage began at 3 years old.
My brother was the first person who taught me, since he was also a student of my father and my grandfather at the time when I was young. But it wasn't until I was probably around 18 that I really made more of a conscious decision to follow my heart rather than try to fit in.
Born into one of the 5 principal kora-playing families in West Africa, it was unprecedented for a female member to take up the kora professionally.
I grew up mostly always resenting being labeled as a female kora player. I always wanted to just be a kora player. I just wanted to go out and play anywhere, and if I sit in public, not everyone will stare at me and start talking and saying, oh, da, 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 da. I didn't like that. You know, I wanted to be able to have the freedom, and I was something I was envious of. This is something that is very important to me, is voicing issues that we are finding as challenges today in the country, talking about things which I feel in many ways may be suppressed, either by culturally or environment or social norms, using music to bring that out.
It takes 14 days to build a kora from scratch.
The kora is most often compared to a harp, a Western harp, because it has a similar sound to the nylon strings of a European harp. But it also has a very unique sound to it because, of course, it's coming from different materials and a different structure. The kora is actually built of all very natural materials that you find in this part of West Africa. The neck and the handles and the crossbars and the bridge are all made from a hardwood, which again is very integral to this part of the region. Calabash is a very well-known thing. It's a bit like a pumpkin, which grows naturally in the ground. And we use it a lot for building instruments because it creates a really good resonance for the body of the instrument. And over that, you will find that it's a cow skin, again, to help with the resonance and, of course, the sound hole for the sound to come out. We have 21 strings made from nylon, and this is, again, this is what holds all of the instrument together. So there's no glue and no nails which hold the bridge and everything in place. It's the tension of the strings which holds this in place. What I'm really doing is finding ways to bring the kora into another way of expressing it through sound, but also visually as well. So you can see the difference with a kora like this, which is one of the koras which we have developed. I worked for a long time to kind of create a new kind of design for the neck of the instrument and how it's installed into the instrument and how it connects with the instrument and so on, to create the same sound as the traditional one, but more modern so that it can be used, of course, in all parts of the world.
Sohna founded an academy in Western Gambia 3 years ago to help keep the tradition of kora playing alive.
The moment they're in a music class studying balafon, djembe, dundung, and singing and traditional dance. And this is really the heart of what the academy is about. It's bringing culture, bringing music into mainstream education, teaching children about their history, their culture, alongside, of course, their everyday education, which is, I think, what brings all our children to being kind of grounded, holistic people, also rooted here in Africa. "21 children is what I started with, and these were children who I chose from the majority of Gambia civilization, you know, not the towns where, you know, we have a lot of more access to schools and so on, but I went to a lot of rural areas and handpicked children based on their potential for musical ability, not musical, but just their potential. And worked on training these kids very intensively. It's a school which is full-time education, literacy and all the subjects you would have in a mainstream school, integrated with African history, African culture, and of course their traditional music. This gives the children a unique orientation that relates to the country that they're in. So they're learning in an institution that embraces the fact that they are African, embraces the fact that they are Gambian, and that they're based in the Gambia. So now the project has been running successfully for more than 3 years now. It's the natural time to now go back, similar to what I really wanted right at the beginning, expanding now from a school to an academy.
The new academy will be located in the rural village of Kartong, close to the border of Senegal.
This is the site of the Gambia Academy where we will now be moving to. This is the dream that it's been for me since we started a few years ago, is to be able to finally expand to being a fully functional academy. This will be able to feature the young students for juniors 8 up to 18, and then for the seniors 18s over, and of course for adults as well to come and study a range of subjects from literacy courses, IT courses, training, as well as of course music and cultural education and studies. This is really where my heart is. This is what I've been working so hard to achieve, and I'm so proud at this stage to have firstly got the most important thing, which is this land, this huge expanse of land in a perfect location, which is rural, which is what I feel is representing the heart of Gambia. This is what the typical Gambian community is. And if we can start development here, it's a matter only of expansion. If we can succeed here, we can succeed anywhere in this country.
The build is due to complete by next year, costing in the region of $2 million. Incorporating a concert hall, dance and recording studios, it will be the first of its kind in the Gambia.
That's what I would like to be remembered for. What I contributed to the next generation, what I contributed for cultural preservation, and what I contributed for people's empowerment based on their own identity. Being proud of who they are and having a self-assertiveness to be able to go forward with whatever the resources they have, make the most of them, and actually succeed on the basis of that.